That's why it's so
Dude,
exciting to
you
be
know what that
fucking done
reminds
with
me
this
of?
shit, man.
Reminds me of like I don't know. It's just
Oh, I just
people.
crashed.
Okay, I'll back out in a second. It reminds me of people who literally feel like their identity is just like talking shit or just talking bad about someone, being like overly judgmental. It's just like they feel like that's their identity, and like whenever they're confronted about like their behavior, they may or may not stop, and let's say they do stop, they suddenly just feel lost, and they feel like they're not themselves anymore, and they either relapse or they just go into like some type of depression, and it's that's
Well,
that's
that's the
that's
see, that's the danger of not like taking responsibility and working on these things
yes,
now.
yes,
Because these are I mean it's easy to be the way you are, these habits are easy. Like when you don't know what to do, instead of taking a breath, stepping back and letting things take place, your mind has you've fallen into these habits, these patterns that of just negativity, and you have to be honest honest enough with yourself that you can recognize them, and that takes a lot of humility, a lot of destruction of the ego, realizing
yes.
you're not perfect, like you're not any of these things that you think define you. You don't have to be a certain way around certain people. You don't have to impress anybody. You don't have to do any of these things, like essentially, unless you're trying to achieve some sort of goal. But if you
Yeah,
want to really if you really want to be happy, it's not about the goal, it's about the
it's about
journey.
the
It really
progress, the
is.
journey, the adventure.
Yes, like the analogy with perfection, it's like I I'm trying to be perfect, but I'm never expecting to be perfect. You know what I mean? And in doing that, there's this freedom to exist fully in every moment. It doesn't matter where you are or what you're doing. It's just your if you learn to focus your attention on and invest your mind and your body into what you're doing, it just becomes a whole different game, my friend. It's like that's why video games, like certain games, I can do things that like not a whole lot of people can do, because like I practice that, and video games is a great way to do that. Anything that really involves like your mind, like your full attention, and
Yeah, like
some
being like moving
body.
in the moment, and like you don't really have to.
Yeah,
You have to react like super quickly, and it's just it keeps you
right. And
going.
video games, like you can do it comfortably, and there's it's something you can do consistently, and it not saying it's the best. It's just like just trying to get you to think about things that way. You know what I mean? Like there's so many different ways you can like you don't have to, like right now, just listening to having this conversation, like we're thinking about things differently together. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like right now, like think about like last time you were just being negative about yourself or something in general, and now, and compared to right now, like what's the difference between then and now? It's just your attention is focused on this conversation instead of the negativity. Um, and you just need to take responsibility and man up and be like, okay, well, you know what, it's my decision to be miserable. And then it's fun, and then all of a sudden you make a game out of it. Like I made a game out of it. Like every time I would like realize like I was being self-negative, or dwelling in negativity or the past, or just anything displeasant, really. I accept, like, oh yeah, I uh I see what's going on here. I decided, like in this moment, that I wanted to feel like a piece of whale shit. So this is awesome, awesome, excellent, mission accomplished. Doing a great job, Mike. You're feeling like shit. Awesome, great job. Wait, you know what? That fucking situation that never happened, that could happen in the future. That fear is tremendous. Well done with that. Like the level of detail that you put into that dread, that fear of the future is astonishing, and I'm impressed. I'm impressed because right now, like we're gonna fail for sure. Like we're fucked. Like sideways. Like oh my god. Like this is mission accomplished, man. We fail. Like in whatever we're about to do. Like and then all of a sudden, like it just, you get this like this giddy laughter about like every problem that you deal with. I'm laughing inside. Like it's like there's nothing.
It sounds so stupid, doesn't it?
I've conquered fear, man. Is the truth of it. Like my own fear. Like, because fear is a manifestation of your mind. It's ideas of it's anything that takes you away from this moment. Really, fear confuses you. It distorts the senses. Focuses your attention on the potential outcome of something that hasn't even transpired yet, and that's insanity. That's insanity. What it is, and people live every day in fear, and it's terrifying. But you don't have to live that way, man. Like you don't just decide to think to focus on something else, and it doesn't mean that all of a sudden, like I mean, it could all of a sudden just everything could be better for you, but a better way to do it, if it doesn't just all of a sudden click for you, is to just start making habits out of doing that, of just like once a day, twice a day, catch yourself being negative and laugh about it, or fucking turn it around and realize that shit's not so fucking bad. Take some time for yourself, man. Take a breath. Watch a sunrise. When was the last time you watched a sunset, man? Think about that. Every day there's a sunrise and a sunset, and people think there's no beauty left in the world, man. I mean, it's everywhere. It's all around you. It's in the mirror, okay? You're beautiful. You're a wonderful creation of consciousness. You have gifts and talents that you haven't even tapped into. I haven't even tapped into.
I gotta add this part. And just because you may or may not have made some mistakes, or you're not happy with your physical appearance, or the way your mental makeup or character looks, doesn't mean that you can't improve and build upon that. Like, that's the beauty of things.
Just because you failed does not make you a failure, okay? You can fail. See, I love this Batman quote. Oh my God, it's like, why do we fall? You know, it's so we can learn to pick ourselves back up, and that's what I think is necessary to being a man. I like.
Human being.
I would go. Yeah, I suppose so. But in general, like culturally, I would say like my definition of being a man, and this goes into opinion a bit, but
yeah,
I think it's being able to take care, responsible and able to take care of yourself and the people around you at all times, and that means that like the switch is never off. Like you don't take breaks, you don't take cool downs. You know what I mean? You get done. You're a man of your word. What you say, you know, you do what you're gonna say. You say what you're gonna do, and then you do it. And you don't hesitate, and you live that way. And it's a freedom, and it's a real. Oh my God, everything gets so much better. Yeah, it's hard, but it gets so much easier. It's like this. Okay, if you've never done this before, like at first it'll be incredibly difficult. Like you'll think that it's like impossible. Okay, but when the moment that you keep going, even though you think that you can't do it, once you cross that threshold, I can't. Doors just start opening up. Not physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. You have to go out of your comfort zone to do anything that's worth living for. Really, it's nothing that is is wonderful and vibrant, and what you're looking for happens from anything that's like repetitive. I mean, you can enjoy certain experiences over and over again, but what you'll realize, what you're really searching for, is a spontaneity, an appreciation for life everywhere you go, not just trying to get by until you get to the next good moment that you've experienced before. You know what I mean? It's like waking up every day and being excited for everything that the day has to come, and you don't know what that is. And that's why it's so great, because it's a surprise. Like if you knew what it was, you wouldn't want it as bad as you want it. You want to be surprised. You want to not know the future. So relax, dream up a good life, do what you love, surround yourself with people that make you better, that challenge you. Don't ever have respect for yourself and other people, and take care of yourself and the people that you care about, and they'll take care of you. I promise you that.
Hello everyone, BNH247 here. If you want to see more of these types of videos, you know what to do. leave one of these, do one of those. This is nice. It's nice too. I got a whole bunch of ideas lined up. So again, anybody who's who's followed me for a little bit, there's quite a lot of you guys now. Kind of, it's kind of different, before it was just kind of like, oh, just make a video, upload it, and oh, hey, people like it. And now it's just like, oh, holy shit, there's like 500 of you guys. So, yeah, so I got a whole bunch of ideas lined up. Actually, as you probably see this video, or it might be like along the same time frame, we are about to do the entire EDF speedrun. And I got a nice, I guess I'll call it like a, do I call it a skit? It's, I'll just call it, a project. It's more of like a meme type project. So it's gonna be my first like full blown like meme type video rather than just some bits and pieces clipped in. So again, that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed watching this. I'm definitely having a lot of fun making videos on a regular basis and seeing that you guys appreciate them. So again, be patient. You thought the video was gonna go out this time. You thought it was gonna go out that time.